People often think, oh, it's easy for you because you have many students. Well, guess what? When I published my first course, nobody knew who I was and I had 0 students. What's going on, guys? So I have a counterintuitive piece of advice for those of you who are aspiring content creators. If you want to build content in whatever field, then I feel like this will be a game changer. Now, often when we see people who made it, right, celebrities or even micro celebrities, thought leaders in their fields, even on the city level, we think, oh, that person is an overnight success because I didn't know about that person a year ago and now it seems like they are everywhere. Well, that's obviously bullshit because what we don't see is all the hard work that led to that situation, right? You have to work your ass off consistently to make something happen. And obviously, the more you work, the more luck you have. But what happens is very often people don't document their journey. So what I noticed, and I gave this advice to my friends like literally 5 minutes ago, and that's why I figured I'm just gonna make a video for you guys because this can be helpful for you in your specific situation. I feel like when people are struggling, right? When you are trying to build something, say you wanna build a blog, you wanna start an online course about video editing, or maybe Photoshop, right? Editing photos, whatever it is, I'm just making this up. You are struggling, you are facing different difficulties, right? You're trying to make it happen, but you feel like life is throwing bricks in front of you. And you're trying to overcome those difficulties. Well, we often feel like we can produce content only when we are fully ready. But the reality is that if you start producing content right now, and when you're talking very openly about what you struggle with, when you're talking very authentic way about all the challenges and predicaments that you are experiencing, all the self-doubts, what's happening internally, right? If you wake up one morning and you feel like, oh, you know what, I really wanted to build this thing, but it's just not working, I feel like it's never gonna work. You pull out your phone and you make a video about it. Now, you don't have to publish it right away. You don't have to publish any of it. But if you document your journey, if you have your journal entries and you write about how you feel, ideally you take a video camera or a phone and you talk to the camera and you say how you feel and you talk about the progress and you talk about some of the deals you tried to make but just they didn't work. You talk about all of those things openly. Right now it may seem and it may feel embarrassing to you. It may feel like, I'll never publish this because this is too embarrassing, right? Let's say that you are a video editor and you want to start charging clients a higher rate and everyone says no. And it feels embarrassing. It feels like no one is appreciating your work. Guess what? If you talk about it authentically and you share exactly what's happening in your life right now, then one day it's gonna be so valuable. Because 1-2 years down the line, as you have more level of success, as you are making things happen, right? Maybe before you were charging 15-20 euros per hour for your video editing. Maybe now 2 years later you can charge 250 euros per hour because you are perceived to be one of the best in the field, right? Well, when that happens, you have all of this footage documenting your journey, and that allows you to bond you with your audience. You know, I wish that I made more videos. Honestly, I wish I made videos like 10 years ago when I had no fucking idea what I was doing. I remember I was working for a corporation. I had a stint at Goldman Sachs. I worked for Allianz and a few other companies. But then in between, I was making those little YouTube videos. But I had no idea what I was doing. I had this little $100 camera and I would travel. So I remember a specific example. I went to Italy to meet my ex-girlfriend now, to Pisa. So when I went there, I said to myself, oh, I'm gonna make so many videos. Guess what? I made just one video. I made just one video. Why? Because of all of the limiting beliefs and I didn't know how to do it and I didn't have a microphone. I just had a camera without a microphone. So it was difficult to find the right spot where the audio would be good enough, right? So I ended up coming back from that trip and I just made one video. Now I wish that I documented that process. I wish that I made another video and said, you know what? I came here to make a bunch of videos. I just made one. It's a fucking disaster. This is how I feel like. It's a disaster and I have no idea if this will ever work, right? Because if I made those videos, even in low quality, right now there will be invaluable because I could show them to my audience where I teach people about building online courses and tell them, look, it's not like I was born with this, right? I have 200,000 people, almost 200,000 people taking my courses. People often think, oh, it's easy for you because you have many students. Well, guess what? When I published my first course, nobody knew who I was and I had 0 students. You know, people often say to Tim Ferriss, oh, Tim, it's easy for you. You have all of those books and you have the podcast. But he always says, look, I had to start somewhere. Joe Rogan started from 0. Jocko Willink started from 0. Everyone has to start somewhere. Most people start from the absolute 0. Some people start from -10, like literally, right? They not only don't have anything, but they also have a shit ton of limiting beliefs, and they have other issues that they have to handle. So my point is, when you document your journey and then you end up becoming successful in certain field, and then you share content with your audience and you can show them that journey, well, first of all, you have more credibility because they see for themselves that you went on a massive ride. They see that it wasn't that easy for you, right? You also struggled. So then naturally everyone watching realizes, well, if that person could do it, then I can definitely do it myself. It gives them that extra belief in themselves. It makes you more credible. It creates this vulnerability because you are authentic. So look, again, spontaneous video because I was talking about it to one of my friends, but I felt really strongly as I was sending the audio message to him, I realized I have to share this with other people because this will be really, really valuable, right? So to give you an example, I still have some videos on YouTube that I made, I think, like 9 years ago or something like this, where again, I didn't know what I was doing. And when you see me on a video, there's no expression, there is no charisma in there, right? There is no plan, it's just me talking. And I left those videos out there on purpose because nowadays when people tell me it's easy for you, you travel with your movie crew and you have sometimes 3 angles, right? And you have all those people editing your stuff and you get on those stages. They think it's easy for me, but when they go back to my old videos, they realize, wait a second, this guy started from an absolute zero. So anyway, if you're struggling right now, if you are building something, you want to become an expert in your field and you are on that path and you are struggling with different challenges, predicaments, record those things. Now, if you are brave, you can share some of this stuff in real time. People actually do appreciate it. People love to see stuff like this because it's so authentic, right? Social media is filled with all those photos with Lamborghinis and fucking private jets and chilling by the beach with a laptop. Hashtag making money while sleeping. People are tired of this shit because most of it is actually not very accurate, right? That's just like a little representation of how people live their lives. Like for example, when I travel around, I could very easily compile some of my photos when I went to LA and I met a bunch of celebrities there, or when I go on yacht trips, or when I'm chilling by the beach. I could just pick those photos from the gym, right, showing the six-pack, and I could schedule them in such a way where everyone thinks that I'm a fucking decamillionaire and I'm living the dream life and I don't even have to work and money is just falling down from the sky. But that wouldn't be authentic. That would be bullshit. And this is the reason why I would never even consider doing anything like this. So what I'm trying to say here is that we live in this world where people feel like they just need to show how much they have and how well they are doing. And to some extent, it's great. You know, it's nice to share successes. It's nice to be positive and to inspire others. But I feel like when you add that element of vulnerability, when you are authentic in how you create content, if you take people on a journey and you show people, this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm struggling, then they will believe you. When you actually want to teach them something, they'll be like, you know what? I trust this person. I trust this girl or this guy because they share very openly when they have their own challenges. So probably when they're telling me about something that they think I should be doing, well, they're probably honest about it. It seems like they want to give me value. So look, no point of talking about it for too long, but just really think about it in the context of your own life. I know that sharing content can be scary, especially sharing content about your challenges. But as I said, you don't have to do it in real time. You can make those videos, you can write in your journal, and you don't have to post those things right away, but keep accumulating this material because it's going to be really useful later on when you decide to share those things with your audience.